Right, the shortest month of February is over, so let's go through all of my stats. And just like the month, I'm going to plan to cram this all in to a short space of time. So this is a video where I go through all of my activities for the month, so be that running, cycling, stretching, flexing, whatever it is that I've done, I'm going to go through them and just bring up the tallies. So I've got some lovely pie charts that you'll come across at some point during the video, just to visualise what is actually happening with my fitness life at the minute. So let's dive into it. So looking at total time throughout the month that I was active, it was about 33 hours, so just over that, which is up from the previous month. However, everything was a little bit up. Walking was down, and I think that was mainly because it was like raining for most of it. However, cycling and running are both up. So running is up by about an hour, and cycling has had quite a big increase. Overall, we're still kind of looking at the same percentages, so I'm still kind of equally spending time cycling and time running. Obviously, when we get down to distance, that does change because cycling is faster than running. But yeah, about 30-ish, 35% on both of them, and then everything else is kind of split up. I think I've been doing a little bit more stretching because I've been coming in from runs and kind of doing an intentional stretch after I've come in from a run every so often. So not every single time, but definitely, I think normally on a Thursday I'll do a little bit of a stretch when I get in. Not too much though, just about 10-15 minutes of stretching, and I've been recording that on my watch, whereas previously I just kind of didn't do anything. So it's something. I'm not doing it for everyone though. But yeah, kind of happy with those numbers. Like walking is down, but I think it's just been raining. So we've not really wanted to go out at lunchtime. It's been wet, it's been cold, it's been a little bit miserable, so it's been like, nah, let's just stay in. So frequency is where we kind of see the biggest shift in numbers, because cycling is way up there. I've done 40 activities of cycling this month out of everything that I did, which was 76. So it's over half of my activities have been cycling. Obviously, I said previously in a month I use it as a commute as well. So every time I commute to work, that's already 2 in the bag for that day. But I did do quite a lot more intentional cycles. So if I missed or didn't go to club on a Wednesday night, I would kind of go onto this lovely little stationary bike behind me and do at least a little bit of something. So it wasn't like I was skipping club and not doing anything and just kind of lazing around. I was still doing something, I just wasn't outside. So that's especially true. I think my birthday was a Tuesday. I did 28 kilometers on here because I was 28 years old. So that was quite a long cycle. Obviously that adds quite a lot of distance and time. Doesn't necessarily add another little tally. Yeah. Stretch is up a little bit. I've said that before because I've just been doing that extra little stretching session after a run. And yeah, runs are still at 14. So even though I've done that extra hour, I've still got 14 runs across the two, across January and February. So I'll pop them next to each other, so you'll see January and then February. But running numbers are still the same. So 14 runs, so keep that in mind in a second because it's all about to change. So distances for the lovely month. Overall, I did 320 kilometres. Last month I did 280 kilometres. Granted, that's not all running, so don't suddenly be like, whoa, that's so much running, because most of that is cycling. I think 200 and something kilometres are cycling. Actually, the exact number is 209. So that's loads of cycling. Running is down though, so it's 84 kilometres. Last month it was 95. So like I said, I've run for an extra hour, but somehow I've lost 10k. Like, who knows where that's gone? So very clearly I'm running slower in February than I have for January. So I don't know why that is. Probably maybe I've just been running with other people more, not really running with myself. I did get to park run twice, so that's normally where I go a little bit speedier, but even those times were about 24.5 minutes both times I did that. I think maybe it's just, you know, my body just being like, nah, I don't want to run fast this month. But we'll hopefully get there sometime in the year. I don't know when that will be though. Maybe I'll just do more track sessions to kind of even it out, something like that. let's talk about my favourite run or my favourite session then. And there's actually been quite a few that I've done this month that have been quite pleasant and quite nice. However, I am actually going to say Saturday morning park run. I've done 2 in February, and you know, it's a chore to get there, I think. Especially like for me, I start work at 10 o'clock. So if I, you know, take my time, do a little bit of park run, like I'm really pushing it to be at work at 4:10, and I open up, so I've got to set everything out for 10 o'clock. So I almost need to be there at like 20 to 10 to set everything up. Like even after that kind of like panic's over and you've done it, you kind of get home after work, you're like, yeah, actually I did do it and that was really good. It's like, it's just such a nice way to set up your Saturday, I think. So that's why parkrun is getting this favourite spot for February. Now, I've not got any races to talk about for February, so we're going to skip straight on by into other mentions. And this is just kind of, I'm going to use this as a evaluation this month. So I'm pretty happy with all the totals that have come through for February. I think I still need to really push that running, kind of force myself into it. You know, it's like you want to feel like motivated to run, but also motivation does come from consistency. So, you know, sometimes you'll feel like, yes, I want to go out for that run, I want to do that. But then other days you won't, and it's that consistency that gets you through those periods. So I really just need to be like harsh with myself and kind of force myself out. I'm definitely going to try and be at club every single Wednesday night, which will definitely help. I mean, I'm leading the first 3 Wednesdays in March, so you know I've kind of got to be there. But then that does leave one more week in March where I've got no obligation to be at club, but I'm going to make myself be there. So anyone at club watching, hold me to that. I will be there on the last week of March. And we'll make it 4 for 4 in March. Hopefully also my morning runs will feel a little bit nicer now that the sun is coming out without having to wait until 9 o'clock. Like, how amazing is that? We're actually waking up at 6 a.m-ish and there's being sunlight out the door. So today we're pretty much just lit by the lovely window that's just next to me. There is some lights above. But yeah, it's so nice in the UK now. It's actually being light. It's not dark at 5 p.m. either. So we are getting some more sunlight, which is so great for my running because I don't really like running in the dark, having that head torch on. Okay, let's head on into the quickfire round. So, did I hit my 100k target for running this month? And no, I didn't again. I'm still behind. We are going to catch up though, I promise. Hopefully this month, if not, you know, hopefully April we will. Did I do one strength every single week this month? And the answer is yes. I pretty much did one every single Tuesday. I woke up, I did something, and then didn't go back to bed, but it felt like I wanted to. And then had breakfast. And then did I do one stretch every week? And the answer to this is yes. So I did flip-flop a little bit here. So sometimes I did it on a Thursday after my run, or I did it on a Sunday kind of evening as a little reset. Sometimes I was kind of busy on the Sunday, so I made sure I did it on the Thursday. And other times I kind of did both. So we'll see. Maybe next month we'll have eight stretches, maybe even more. We'll see. But happy running everyone, and I hope you've enjoyed. And let's see what March brings.